Nobody should make any statement.
That's correct.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal saying that, no, not all, that's something very serious, that if anybody talks anything against our leader, his fingers will be chopped off.
Mullah, then I will read the leader of the opposition statement.
Go into it. Nobody should speak.
Bullets will be fired. Bullets will be fired is what he said. Mullah, nobody should say acid bombs will be used, this should be done, bullets will be fired. Is all wrong, Mullah.
Well, God knows you have these kind of elements everywhere on all sides of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Now tell us, we don't know who has said that.
We have got the clips.
You have given that to us, but
Yes,
what is the idea?
and the leader of the opposition has done this.
Malad,
Leader of
I am
the
also
opposition.
getting, Malad, many things.
Quay home, there's a protective order. We can't lodge an FIR.
Responsible way of not placing it before the
Yes.
court.
Therefore,
It
we
is
have
to be
said
ignored,
that when we
not
said
to be
that
highlighted.
peaceful protesters will not be disturbed, I'll tell you one thing, get back to work now. If any doctor is proceeded against with for a protest which took place in the past, we have already said no coercive action will be taken.
This is for the future, actually. We are saying
Right.
that we cannot go for the token
But
protest
you-
as well.
No, but future now you must come back to duty.
The problem is
Can
that
we
if we,
say,
if
can
we,
we say as judges that we'll stand outside the Supreme Court? No,
Yes,
because
we seek
justice
permission from the
justice and
authority.
medicine can't go on strike.
yeah,
Everybody has to come back.
to the proper measure, it should be done. And
Dada,
that's for the contempt.
Mullah, just
Dada, aste.
one second.
Look, first, establish before us next time that everybody has come back to work. Once we are satisfied that everybody has come back to work, please rest assured, we'll make sure that no adverse action is taken. What happened in the past.
Mullah, so the other thing is, your lordships have taken now the status report on record and a separate affidavit on record. Now, Mullah, the only thing is, and this is a request from everybody, that Mullah's normalcy should try and be, Mullah, the people should not take advantage of the situation. Normalcy should return, Mullah, and we are
Yes, yes,
investigating
stop
in their
vandalism.
hands now.
Normal.
Responsible is in their hands now, the
If
investigation.
vandalism is stopped,
These
everything will
kind
be
of
normal.
statements,
Therefore, we have requested the doctors to come back to work.
yes. No statements, Mullah,
The
that are being made of the
investigation is
nature.
going on.
Lordship.
The investigation is going on. We are assessing the status reports which are being filed in the course of the investigation. I think now, for the family, there's no question of normalcy because the family is deeply affected.
Correct.
But insofar as the community is concerned, including the community of doctors, we have to return back to our
Absolutely.
duty.
And the statements and the,
Lord, just
the
one
statements
sentence.
made of the nature that we have placed before you.
I appear for the
But
Resident Doctors
only a
Association
minute,
of.
Malad, let this not. Malad, we are not against, Malad, nobody should make any statement.
That's correct.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal saying that, no, not all, that's something very serious, that if anybody talks anything against our leader, his fingers will be chopped off.
Mullah, then I will read the leader of the opposition statement.
Go into it. Nobody should speak.
Bullets will be fired. Bullets will be fired is what he said.
What we would also expect,
Yes.
please don't politicize. these
Exactly.
So Bindu has said bullets will be fired.
Across the political spectrum,
Yes.
parties have to realize, don't politicize.
That's right.
Exactly, Malad, exactly.
No,
It's
The
the
law
simple-
will take its
started by
course.
saying
Yes.
step
The
back.
law will take its course and we are ensuring that the law does take its course after a quick and efficient
Deeply
investigation.
obliged. Deeply obliged.
Second, we are also concerned about the welfare and safety of doctors for the future. We want to institutionalize this.
That's right.
Yes.
We are not just going to lay down guidelines. We are going to pass an enforceable direction that the recommendations of the task force will be implemented by the state governments by hospitals under the authority of the union government.
Lordship, there is
By
a
my
civility of.
interruption, I prevented a political dialogue by giving this instance.
Mine is not, but just 10 seconds. We are grateful. I appear for the Resident Doctors Association of AIIMS Delhi. We are grateful, Lordship's taken so much. What has happened is we've taken a peaceful protest. I registered, I get the General Secretary of the Association. Now, as it is, emotions are running high. The office bearers are sensible. They're trying their best to convince the large body to get back to work. Now, these kind of FIRs, etc., sets back the process. Just tell them to hold their hands. Delhi police.
Why don't you do this? Ask the doctors at AIIMS Delhi also to get back to work. Insofar as the FIR and other things are concerned, we are seized of it. When we are seized of it, nothing is going to happen.
We registered yesterday, my lord. General Secretary accused
Now
in the
tell us
FIR.
one thing, since when have you been abstaining from duties? Tell us, how long is it back?
From the time the incident, for last
So-
7 days, 7
So
days.
the incident
Nine.
took place on the 9th,
Yes, my lord.
right? Today we are now on the 22nd. Imagine 13 days doctors from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences don't go to work.
Absolutely. As an officer of the court, as lawyers, we've been talking to them after your lordship's taken suo motu cognizance. We've told them.
Democracy does not mean indiscipline.
I understand, but these FIRs aggravates me. Not,
To work.
lordship understands the 1,500 doctors, office bearers are sensible. They are trying.
Tell the doctors
Yes.
that once they get back to work, we will put it to the director. The director is a member of our task force.
Yes, madam.
We put it to the director that all right, and we'll tell the police who are here before us. Nobody wants to pursue the doctors,
Yes, that's
right?
But what happens is,
Eventually they have to get back to work. That's it.
let them just hold their hands till the lordship is. No, FIR registered for a peaceful protest and after the last order, my lord.
But therefore, we have just said that no coercive steps will be
Yes.
taken. That we have already protected the doctors.
Yes,
But only
I understand.
now if they don't get back to work,
I understand. I completely will convey the sentiment.
May I just say, your lordships,
One submission, Lordship. One
Well,
submission, Lordship.
Nobody should say acid bombs will be used, this should be done, bullets will be fired. It's all wrong, Malad.
well, God knows you have these kind of elements everywhere on all sides of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Now tell us, we don't know who has said that.
We've got the clips.
You have given that to us, but
Yes,
what is the
and the
idea?
leader of the opposition has done this.
My lord,
Malad. Leader of
I am
the
also
opposition.
getting, my lord, many things.
Quay home,
I-
there's a protective order. We can't lodge an FIR.
Responsible way of not placing it before the
Yes.
court.
Therefore,
It
we
is
have
to be
said
ignored,
that when we
not
said
to be
that
highlighted.
peaceful protesters will not be disturbed,
Yeah.
that is equally subject to compliance with the
Yeah,
other requirements.
deeply.
With intimation to the district magistrate.
Lordship, may I say one thing, Lordship? Lordship, because of two investigating agencies are investigating, the vandalism is being investigated by the police and other side is investigated by the CBI. Lordship, there is an apprehension that conflict will be there. Lordship, because vandalism.
Don't worry about it. We are here to resolve any
Consider
conflict.
that
What is
aspect
here on
also
the next
while
list?
assessing, Lordship, because
Media trial also must be banned. Media spreading rumors, it is insulting the victim, my lord. Kindly stop.
We've already passed that order.
It is alleged.
this one,
CB may not.
One more thing, if you stop filing all those publicity interest litigations that I come every day before this court, I think the media trial will stop. Constantly filing some PIL or the other before us. All right, we'll see.
lordships, may I just finally say
One
that this
observation,
hearing
Your
has
Lordship.
provided a healing touch to the doctors who
Yes.
felt they had nobody to vent their grievance with. Your lordships have heard it so patiently, and there's a sense of satisfaction among the doctors that they felt that they now feel that they've finally been heard. So we would just like
Yes,
to thank your
we
lordships.
thank.
My lord, your lordship,
When-
on
when-
behalf
Aparajita, we have also said that today that the doctors will be heard by the committee. So
Yes, sir, we
I
agree.
must tell you,
Clarified that.
Lord, I must tell you, Lordship, my lord, when,
change, my lords, we have.
Mr. Karan,
One
Mr.
suggestion,
Karan,
your lordship.
my lord, when the secretary health,
Yes,
Director General of Health Services came, they also shared this concern with that doctors are exposed to patients and patients' relatives, and their temper is also going high because doctors have their own duties, their own compulsions. The patients would expect something. So there is always a friction kind of a situation. So doctors are kind of more vulnerable. But this has really given a healing touch and an assurance coming from the highest court of the country that the highest court of the nation is looking after their interest.
well, it
So
is
we
somebody,
really
thank you, Mr.